Okay, so we have a Gravely zero turn, and we're going to do a service on it. We're also going to check the valves. I always check the valves just part of my service. You're supposed to do it every 200 hours though. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drain the oil, but we had to hook up a secondary hose like this into the drains. I've already heated up the engine, so that mixes up the dirt in the oil, and it also makes it easier for it to come out. So there it goes. Okay, so I'm going to have to take the dipstick tube out because there's not enough room for me to get in there with an oil wrench. Okay, so we got a new oil filter, and I put a little oil around the gasket to seal. That's to help it slide on to the engine case better. It doesn't really help seal it, just so it doesn't bind it up when you're trying to twist it on. Okay, I did not fill the oil filter with oil. If you want to do that, that's up to you. I've read the studies. I'm pretty convinced that I don't need to, or it's actually better to not do it. But that's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to shut off the drain valve. Some of the higher end zero turns put a hose on this automatically, so you don't have to worry about it, and it drains all the way down to the and the hose just dangles from the bottom. Okay, so we're going to add some oil. Okay, so it's full, so I'm going to start it up. so we can get the oil filter filled up, and then we'll see where we're at. I might have overfilled it just a tad. Yep, we need to add some more. Okay, so it's full. Okay, so we're gonna remove the back gate of the zero turn. It looks like they make these pretty easy. Little knobs. Alright, so let's change out the air filter. It has a little wing nut here. Okay, I took a little carb cleaner, cleaned out the housing a little bit. Pop in a new air filter. Okay, so now I'm going to take out the spark plugs, but I'm not going to change them right away because I'm going to leave them out so we can change, rotate the engine over easily without any compression when we adjust the valves. I'll do the other one off camera. Okay, so we're going to take the valve covers off. Okay, so this has a good gasket on it, so we don't need to change the gasket. Awesome, we didn't rip it. Okay, I'm going to turn the engine by hand and you'll see one of these go in, one of them go out. So the top one's going in, the bottom one's out. Okay, so now we're going to check the valve clearance, and I just looked it up just to make sure. Kawasaki's got it 4 to 6,000, so 4 goes in and 6 shouldn't, but it does. This is on the inlet and the exhaust. Okay, so we're going to loosen the top nut. That's the locking nut, and then the bottom one is the adjustment. So we'll put our 4 back in there. Okay, 6 didn't go in, 4 does, 6 does not. I'm going to tighten it up some more. Check it again. 4 goes in, 6 does not. Now we'll do the top one. So we'll pull the top one out, bottom one goes in. Check the 4. 4 goes in. So does 6, so we'll adjust that one. Put our 4 in, tighten it up. Check it. 4, 6 doesn't go in. 4 does. Tighten it again. Check it. Perfect. So now let's put the cover back on. Since we don't have to clean the gasket, we can just slap it back on. Makes life so much easier. Okay, I'll do the other side off camera. Okay, so now we're going to put the spark plug back in, and we'll gap it 30 to 35. "30 went in, 35 does not. 30 goes in, 35 does not. We'll thread these in by hand or with just the socket and extension. Either way, you want to do it without the ratchet until you get it all the way in. That way you don't strip out the head. If you feel resistance, then it's not going in right, or you got the wrong spark plug or something. Okay, I'll do the other one off camera. Okay, so now we're going to change out the fuel filter. Okay, they're kind of directional. If yours doesn't have an arrow on it, you'd want the fuel to come in so it's being filtered from the outside here so you can see it. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm gonna sharpen the blades. Customer gave me a set of blades to put on, but they're not the right size. They're much too big. Okay, so I sharpened the blades and I got my balancer here. I'm just going to show you that this last one I did, and it's balanced. So these blades are in pretty good shape. I don't know why you needed a new set, because I mean, they got some nicks in them, but they're good because they're still squared at this edge here. If they start to go bad, they'll start to round off. When you put a blade on, you want the sharp side down and the fan up, because you want it to suck the grass up. Okay, so now I'll just wash it and pressure wash it. I won't do that on camera. So that's all there is to servicing a Gravely zero turn. So if you click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was working on something. So I hope this video helps you work on your equipment under the shade tree. Thanks for watching.